Thank you, Billy and Stu. Not their best half of basketball for the Lakers. Big game
as a quick start, the first 3-minute start, but we talked about how it's hard to beat teams back-to-back. Turnovers, 10 turnovers in the first half. That kind of was sloppy. Kept Memphis in the game.
Yeah, low percentage shooting threes. Both teams are pretty much equal. You know, this is one of those games like, okay, who's going to get on the hot streak? Who's going to do what they need to do? But what I like best is they're grinding it out and they stand in the game right now. They'll be all right for the second half.
Memphis had a 17-4 run in the first quarter and a 14-5 run in the second quarter. So the Lakers got to be careful of that. Jack in the Box halftime report starts right after this. Hello again, alongside James Worthy and Robert Ory. I'm Chris McGee. This is the Jack in the Box halftime report. Let's get you out to Memphis to 45, the lowest scoring half of basketball, first or second half of the season for the Lakers. Down 49-45. Anthony Davis with 12 points on 5 of 9. More to come in the Jack in the Box halftime report. AD and the Lakers have some work to do if they're going to sweep the road trip. They trail the Grizz by 4 at the half.
NBA history, but that hasn't stopped LeBron and AD from playing at a high level. LeBron has played in all 7 games this season, but at a career low 32 minutes. AD has only missed 1 game, and his 33 minutes is down from his career average. Both guys are still averaging over 20 points and 8 boards. Frank Vogel spoke about LeBron's workload yesterday after practice.
Yeah, I'm trying to get him a blow so he doesn't play the whole fourth quarter, and he keeps making big plays. It's tough to take him out. So, we were able to find a spot, to get him a rest so we don't overdo it in the fourth. But he was terrific. You know what I mean? He knew what he wanted to go to in terms of the action that he wanted to exploit in their defense. And, we kept putting him in that action, and he delivered, with big shots, big plays with the pass, and, obviously, brought us home offensively during that, that fourth quarter.
I continue to take care of my body and take care of my mind to be able to endure whatever the case may be. And obviously the short layoff, the 71 days between, us finishing and having to get back re-going, it definitely put a monkey wrench into my usual regimen of rest in my body and then getting back and going full, hard core on my training. I didn't really have that opportunity to kind of shut down my body and then go and revamp my body and get ready for the season. It just wasn't enough time. So, being able to, it's a fine line now where how much we push, how much rest, and also stay in good rhythm, because we have built, myself and our team, we built so much great rhythm in the bubble that, want to try to continue that as much as we can. So, for me, it's always about just having my mind and my body fresh. And if my mind is sharp, then I can go out and do whatever I need to do on the floor. And if it's not, then it hurts not only myself, but it hurts our team. So, that's the most important for me.
LeBron yet to sit out a game this year, playing a career low 32. AD, of course, missed that 1 game. He's playing 33. Rob, you like the way Frank Vogel's handling their minutes?
Oh, I love it because you got to think about it. Shortened offseason. This guy's been in the league for 1,000,000 years. He's been to the playoffs 1,000,001 times. So he has a lot of miles on his body. So for him to load management within the game is the best thing for him because you don't want him to sit out because certain players, when they sit out, they kind of lose that rhythm. And plus with this team, they have a golden opportunity to be in a position to have the best record in the NBA. And we all know what happens with the best record in the NBA. You get home court advantage because who knows what protocol is going to be this year with COVID-19.
Yeah, it's nice to see that, they're relying on other people. If I'm not mistaken, I think they took LeBron out with 5 minutes or so to go in the fourth quarter.
Yep.
The other night, and I was like, that's never happened before.
Yeah, it's a little different rotations than what we're used to.
Even though they were winning the game, but still, you have your closer. Mm-hmm. It's nice to see that Vogel saying, okay, shooter can hit big shots. We needed a 3. Obviously AD can, but it's nice to see that, like Rob said, the load management is coming within the game, when he's playing less minutes and he's not taking, that much of the load. So it's nice to see.
Big shot. Time for Access 360.
Going to the wall, Rob?
Brought to you by Morongo Casino Resort and Spa. Good times. Good times indeed. We're going to load manage you now. You can go away.
To the wall?
No, I'm not going to the wall. You can stay right there.
Rob,
oh, man,
I liked what you saw from LeBron in terms of asserting himself in that fourth quarter. He had 13. Closing that game out in that fourth.
When you LeBron James, you have the ability to take what's given to you and even take what's not given to you. right here, you see the young fella getting everybody up in position, but he's setting this up perfect. Nice little down screen for LeBron. LeBron notices, like, look, I have an avenue to go to the rack. I have a good pass up there in twin, so look, I'll go to the rack, lay it up for easy two. Should have been an and one. Oh, it was an and one. Here you go. Now, right here, in position to get the rebound, gets the rebound and pushes it. First thing, kids at home, if you're on the defense, what should you do? You should stop the ball. LeBron, being the smart guy that he is, sees 1, 2, 3. The guys are running wide. So what that means, the alley down the middle is open. He takes it down the lane for easy two. Stop the basketball if you're on defense. So right here, he's setting up everything. Now you get this is what's so popular in NBA. These slip screens, because everybody want to jump and switch these picks and rolls. Right now, he slips it, goes over for 3. You get to the hot Matthews for 3. Here you got AD. So yo, get out the way, Shrew. Get out the way, Shrew. You're in the way right here. We're gonna set this pick and roll. Now he come up and set a pick and roll. Nice pick. AD sees the alley he can roll. LeBron's waiting for him to get in his line of sight because he know the big can score in the paint. Gets him right to a little sweet spot for a little floater jumper right there. LeBron at his best, grabbing rebounds, getting assists, taking it to the rack, doing what he needs to do to carry this team on his back.
Still reminding everybody that's the person you want with the ball in their hands to close out a game.
Yeah, you definitely want the ball in LeBron's hands, but it's good to see him moving off the ball. You know, it's not the triangle. Like Michael Jordan used to make that slice and be in the paint for layups, stuff like that. So him having confidence and, you know, guys like Schroeder and Caruso when he's available and players like that, for him to be able to be off the ball, but obviously ball in his hand. It's
Rob, you know what that was? Good times. Straight ahead on Access.
Especially last year in the bubble, or a few months ago in the bubble, or last year in the bubble. That's right. It's 2021 now. And, you know, his movement without the basketball, he seems to always be able to be backdooring, cutting somewhere. But his presence, I think, on the defensive end, which kind of dictates what he does on the offensive end, too.
Yeah, that's a big key. In this day and age, we talk about offense a lot. We always want to talk about three-pointers. We want to talk about getting back and getting easy buckets in transition. Those 3 things are what KCP does with his team. He plays good defense. He gets some open threes, especially from that corner, and he gets some buckets in transition. So with him being out, they're going to lose some points in that nature. But the good thing about that, they have guys that can step in. And if you think about it, he's only missed, what, 3 games, 4 games?
This will be the fourth
game in 3 years? That's amazing. Because this day and age, everybody's, what, load managing, or everybody get a hangnail, they're out. But he's been durable.
We also heard in that sound that KCP is kind of finding his voice in terms of becoming a mentor, especially for a young guy like THT. So it's kind of a 2-part question, James. Do you remember, guys, when that happened, when you kind of went to that veteran role a little bit, where you started feeling confident enough to help young guys? And how important is it for a young guy to have a mentor and a voice in their ear, like we saw with Kuz last year with Dudley?
It's critical. And I think that's why you see teams now, they will try to go out and recruit, you know, veteran players who have that kind of stability in the locker room. You know, Rondo going to Atlanta for a young player. KCP's been going around Oklahoma and now in Phoenix. You need that kind of stability. Guys like Danny Green, you know, Dudley is one of those guys. So, yeah, I always look to guys like Bob McAdoo and, you know, Mitch Kupchak, and, you know, just for, you know, solid advice, especially, you know, after you've been with them a few years. But the thing about KCP being out, I was going to allude to, is that this is one of the best teams the Lakers have had. When someone is out, we used to be like, oh, we're in trouble. But look at all the, I mean, and Caruso's been out,
He hasn't
too.
been on the trip.
Caruso's been out, Pope's been out, and we still were not worried because we got guys like Tucker who are coming in and Matthews, you know, so I think that's a good problem for the coach to have. But it is good to have Pope as a mentor. I think he's turned it. I don't even think he's 30 yet, Rob. You see?
I don't think
he's not 30 yet, but James, we see it right here in our own studio. Fish out, call Rob, he's here.
Yeah,
he's here in 30 minutes.
I'm that guy for you. Hey, you know me. I always show up in the clutch. You know me. I'm clutch, dog. You know.
Hey, I run that on loop at home.
Team player.
Big shot.
And Allie's making noises out here. She's still upset with the whole Ohio State Alabama
It's okay.
Do you remember when your voice became important for another player?
You know, it's funny because I think about all the teams I've been on. When I was in Houston, I was a young guy, you know, leaning on other people's shoulders. When I got to L.A., everybody was sort of the same. But when I got to San Antonio, I became that old head on the team.
Yeah, you did.
And so I remember Matt Bonner will always come to me and ask me questions, and I'm sitting here trying to teach him. And the one thing I always tell him when you're playing for a guy like Pop, don't look at him. Every time he would make a mistake, he'll look at the bench. I was like, dude, don't look at him, man.
That's so funny.
Have confidence. That's the biggest key that I will always tell young guys. Just be confident, man. There's a reason they drafted you. There's a reason you're on this roster, so just be confident in yourself.
It's the second straight game for the Lakers in Memphis, and the second straight game we check in with Mike Trudell from the green room. It's a lonely place, but he does a fantastic job. It's down the hall. Hi, Mike.
Not too lonely. I mean, I would like Big Game to just stop by and kind of poke his head in once in a while. That'd be nice.
Just a little cigar smoke in there,
just
maybe?
around the corner. Just around the corner.
I'll bring you a cold one. I'll bring you a cold one in there.
Appreciate that.
Post-game.
Thanks, Big Game. Yeah.
Post-game.
Okay. Obviously, post-game. By the way, Robert, I believe you were in your 26-27 year season or age when you went over to the Lakers. KCP is 27, so you already had some rings by that point. But yeah, so 27.
Hey, way to keep me in line. Keep me in line, man. I'm old. I forget stuff now.
Yeah. Well, no, you had that right. You had that right. Just confirming what you